Good morning, Nataliya.
Good morning, Tessy.
How are you and where are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. I am in my London home at the moment, so very excited about this chat and conversation. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for your time. It is really a pleasure to have you today on my Zoom o'clock because we're going to talk all about charity today and Professors Without Borders. But before that, let me just introduce you very briefly to our audience today. So Nataliya Lloyd is a very, very dear friend of mine from London. She's a mom, devoted wife, and businesswoman, has her own interior designing business, which is amazing, so check it out. And at the same time, she was working in asset management in a financial institution before that, and has just accepted to become the new director of finance for Professors Without Borders, my charity that I have founded with two co-founders, Caroline and Magix. It is such a pleasure to have you here today on Zoom o'clock.
Thank you, lovely.
So let's get this started. I think it is really important in today's time, specifically when we're having crises, so more than just one crisis going through as a society. We have the COVID-19 crisis, we have Brexit at the same time in the UK, which is still being negotiated in the background. We have other refugee crises still happening. We have the Black Lives Matter movement throughout the whole world, really, which is against racism. We have all of these issues in our societies, and as such it is really important to give back. Why do you think it's important to give back, and how did you get involved with Professors Without Borders in the first place? And maybe you want to talk about also how we met and where we met.
Yes, so we met back in January of this year, and I remember it being a very sunny day in London, which is quite unusual for that time of the year. So you were giving a talk at the Royal Geographical Society in Kensington, and I was invited by the president of Kensington and Chelsea Women Club to your talk. And this is the first time when I've heard about Professors Without Borders. I mean, needless to say that we were all captivated by your story, the way you delivered it, very effortless from your heart without any notes, and it was beautiful. And we were briefly introduced at that event, and then I followed up on that introduction, and next we met for brunch at the Baglioni Hotel in London, and we talked about life, kids, and of course Professors Without Borders. And it was, I straight away knew that the values of the charity are the ones that I share, and it was no brainer for me to get involved and to contribute. Why Professors Without Borders? I guess, as Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. And Professors Without Borders aims to change the world in its own way. The key vision is to bridge the educational divide between countries, to bring education to those that are less privileged, and to help them widen their learning, and actually to build their confidence, not just to self-motivate, but also to work as a team, to set the goals, to achieve them, and not to be scared to have an ambition. So having two little girls myself, I value and understand the value of good education, and to give opportunities to actually both children and adults to develop their skill set, and to become not just experts in their areas, but also rounded, educated individuals. And the charity has already a footprint in countries like Senegal, India, Thailand, Sierra Leone, Uganda, and I believe over 600 students benefiting from its courses. And I'm extremely excited and privileged to be part of the team, definitely. And yeah.
It's beautiful to hear from another person how our work at Professors Without Borders is being perceived and what you like about it, and how much energy and enthusiasm and love you put into it. So I think it's really wonderful. So thank you for that. That really humbles me. But yes, please continue.
Well, in the way it's actually true that, you know, education starts at home. And this is what Professors Without Borders exactly is about, bringing free education opportunities to the students' home countries, widening their horizon, and helping them in the long run to set the challenges to achieve them. And we all know that it's all in consistency and stability. And it's a continuous process. So in order to help Professors Without Borders to maintain its mission, I would like to give a little encouragement here to donate to its wonderful cause, and however big or small, it can help change someone's future.
Thank you so much, Nataliya. That is so kind of you. So let's talk a little bit about you with Professors Without Borders, because talking about donation, you have already donated with your husband very generously to Professors Without Borders, which already has been so humbling. And it's beautiful to see myself that my friends believe in what I'm doing and support it. Also financially, I think it's really, really kind of you, because every single cent that is being donated is being put towards the program, which is really important to say. And so it really, yeah, thank you so much again. Then on top of that, what I thought was just so generous and so kind of you, as part of your past working in a financial institution, you have seen from talking to me and Caroline that you could help us with our finances, because obviously we're doing everything ourselves, and everyone who works with us very generously on their own time gives their skill, and finance is not my educational skill, nor Caroline as an international law doctorate, and Majax as a barrister. Then we have Richard with the comms, we have Mariam and Cassia as volunteers as well, and our trustees, but we don't have anyone really with finance background. So it was just so incredible that you yourself came up with, hey, can I help you do your accounts and help you with the finances? And that was just a godsend, really, because we have just spoken about it. And then there you come and just offer your free time. So how was that experience for you so far? And what are your ambitions with us at Professors Without Borders? Where do you want to take us? What are your ideas that you think could work as well? Because I think Professors Without Borders is a charity which incorporates all ideas of each and every one of our volunteers and supporters. So tell us a little bit about, why did you get engaged and why is it important?
Well, it's getting to know the team is wonderful, and every single one of the team members is very unique and bright people willing to give back to the society, and it's intoxicating in a good way. It's very admirable, and it's fascinating to be part of that. But for me, I have over 15 years of finance experience, of my finance background, and I within that 15-year finance career, I worked for investment bank, the blue chip corporate, a large asset management company, and it was a wonderful experience, and I've learned so much, and all the skills that I gained I can use for life. But then I decided to become an entrepreneur and to follow my all-time passion, interior design. So after all my finance education, I went back to my studies at the Chelsea College of Arts, which is a part of the University of Arts London, gained my interior design qualification, and currently I'm running my interior design business, London-based, Nataliya Lloyd Interiors. But for me, in the best way I could contribute to the wonderful work of Professors Without Borders is to leverage my financial skill set and experience, and to give up some of my time each month and to help on the finance side. So as you said, I'm joining Professors Without Borders as the finance director, and I'll be working to establish finance processes and procedures, looking after the accounts and budgeting, and predominantly streamlining internal communication and reporting, as well as to charity governance bodies. And I'm very excited. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm very excited to help in this way.
Oh, it's really fantastic. We really are incredibly grateful to have you with us. So talking about then Professors Without Borders a little bit more in detail for you. You're saying, you give up some of your hours a month to work with us as Director of Finance. But also in the future, as I mentioned before briefly, where do you think Professors Without Borders is going? And what are some of the ideas that you have been thinking about already, as with your background and as knowing really well, obviously, what we're doing already. So where do you see Professors Without Borders heading to?
I mean, the future is bright and we're all very optimistic. Otherwise, we would not be doing all of this. It's a fantastic, phenomenal course. It's giving opportunities to children, adults, to grow, to be ambitious, to develop. And this is the future of every individual country. And there's no saying about it. As the charity grows, the impact also will grow, and the help, it will be tremendous. I mean, you can only be as good as people around you. So this is how the world works. If we're not going to help those developing countries to raise and to educate and to bring, to keep their brains inside of the inside of the countries, to grow it and to develop it, there's ultimately not much of a future. So this is the prime idea of Professors Without Borders, and I can see it growing really fast and going very far.
Thank you so much. So tell us a little bit about you as well. So with taking advantage of that, as an entrepreneur then, a woman, a mother, a woman, a mother, and a wife, and an entrepreneur, how is that for you in the everyday? You're saying I'm giving some hours a month to Professors Without Borders, but knowing everything you're doing, do you even have a few hours? And tell us a little bit about how do you juggle all of that? Because I think that's important as well, because a lot of people, well, not a lot, but some people I asked, would you give time to charity? They say, oh, I don't have time. How do you do it?
Well, I'm a strong believer, if there's a will, there's a way. And I almost attracted the thought and the desire to contribute into my life, and it just fell into the right place. Is there the right time? That's the key question. We never have time. I've got two little girls. We went through the period of lockdown, of homeschooling, trying to maintain my business and to run it, and also giving all I can to Professors Without Borders. Personally, for me, it's the routine, it's self-discipline. My day starts at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm a true believer in the early rise, and taking advantage of those hours before the sunrise and before the kids are awake, to basically create some sort of a piece of art work, and it really works for me. The start of the day was everything for me, and I've done it for it's been over 3 months. Me and my husband changed our routines, and we've been the most productive we've ever been. So it's about self-discipline and a new routine, I'd say.
Wow, that is so inspiring, definitely. Because a lot of people always ask me, how do you do it, Tessy? And I think, we all cope with it differently. But as you say, and rightfully so say, where there's a will, there's a way. And I think, if you want to commit some of your skill and time to causes that help others and give back, you will always find some time. So I think it's really, really generous of you and kind that you have joined Professor Borders as Director of Finance, to be unfolded how this is gonna go. I am so absolutely excited. You have met Caroline, my co-founder. You have spoken to other people as well already. I believe to Richard as well. And the trustees, we have discussed you in length as well at our last trustee meeting. And everyone is really excited to have you with us. So yeah, looking forward to the future with you. Thank you for your time. Also,
thank you.
Whoever listens to this and wants to get involved with Professors Without Borders, as Nataliya has done and is doing, please do get in touch. We're always looking for more volunteers. We're always looking for more sponsors. We're always looking for donations. You want to name a summer school, you want to make it yours, get in touch. There is so many opportunities and so many ways you can give back, and we will find the right one for you. So thank you so much, Nataliya. That is already it. Zoom clocks are so small, really bite-sized of perfection of the amazing work that you're doing and doing with Professors Without Borders. We'll also share your link of your company below your video for the people to explore, because your interior designing business is beautiful. And you also have an Instagram account, Nataliya Lloyd Interiors, where you share videos, small videos of your work as well, and give some advice. And I think these are also very, very wonderful. So go and check her out for sure. Before I let you go, one last question. You're so inspirational, and I really am really grateful to have such an elegant, beautiful, smart, eloquent, and hardworking woman as you as my friend. So thank you for that. And before I let you go then, what do you have to share? A secret, an anecdote, a poem, something that keeps you going, which motivates the listener here today as well?
Wow, that takes me on the spot. I guess a summary of all those things that I've already mentioned. Even the sky is not the limit. You know, people got to the moon. So set your goals. Do not believe in boundaries. The restrictions that we build in our heads are only in our heads. Those mental blockages that we believe to be real, start thinking of them as not real, and go for it. Go explore, make the most of your talents, make the most of your visions, build the vision. Don't be scared to dream and to create that perfect world in your head. And it doesn't matter what anyone says, as long as you work towards creating that better world, better vision for yourself, for the country, for the world. This is what everything that we are about. So Tessy, you are an incredible inspiration to many people, and this is incredible what kind of a role model you were in my life, you know, within such a short period of time. And I truly believe that I've attracted this friendship because I was ready to open up to a wider circle of friends, and it's been great, and I'm very grateful to have you as a good friend of mine. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nataliya. It has been an absolute pleasure so far. The sky is the limit, as you say. I'm sure we are coming up with many more adventures in the future. You're also my sorority sister now, which is wonderful. So you have also joined the sorority sisterhood with Lisa Tse, our dear sister friend. So that's wonderful too. And yeah, until we hear each other again, thank you so much for your time. We keep talking offline. And yeah, see you when I'm back in London, because I miss you dearly. And keep safe.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.